If there's one company that I really admire what they're doing in terms of technological innovation, it has to be Cobra. And on today's video, we've got the new DS Adapt irons. These are a game improvement iron. Let's see if it improves my game, which has been struggling a little bit here early in the year. We're gonna play 6 holes of golf with an over-under of +1. That will be our bellwether if we play some good golf out here with these ones. First, let's take a closer look. All right, here's your closer look here at the DS Adapt. Now, as you can see, Cobra's developed a 360 speed shell. Basically, what they've done here is position weight to optimize trajectory, ball flight, and of course, speed. Cobra's all about speed. Generating maximum distance is what this company has been about for the last at least 5 years here. Now, if you look at the sole here, you've got a pretty wide sole. We're gonna see how this does in the turf, see if we get some lies in the rough and see how it performs. Up top, you've got a fair amount of offset, and you've got a thicker top line. This is definitely a game improvement club, so don't expect players' thin looks in any way, shape, or form. But what they've done here is kind of hide the traditional cavity back and make this more of a hollow-bodied construction. Again, inside here, they've weighted this for maximized distance and control. Now, the face of this one, they call hot face technology. Cobra says that it has 23% more face flexion. Think of that as like a trampoline, where basically that should, again, add to ball speeds and forgiveness on those off-center hits. I've got these ones paired with the KBS Tour 120 stiff shaft. Tons of options on Cobra's website to choose the shaft that's right for you. So we'll see how it performs out on course. It's time to do that now. All right, first hole here straight away. And from these tees, we're looking at 333 yards. I'm gonna go 4-iron here. I've got my G80, which is gonna give us a little bit of launch data. It's also gonna measure this shot for us. Now, if you've seen some of our longest 4-irons this year, we're up in the 230s, and I think we even had one squeak into the 240s. So there are some very long irons out there. This 4-iron, 19 degrees, so very pressed loft. Let's see what we get out of it. I hit behind that one, so the stats are not going to be that impressive, but club head speed was 87, ball speed 117, smash 134. The estimated carry, only 166 because I fatted it. Now, those are the types of shots people that are looking at game improvement clubs can often hit. And as bad of a shot as that was, I'm still actually in the fairway, and we're gonna have probably a mid-iron in. So it could be worse, it could be worse. And we'll continue to test forgiveness here as we go, because I guarantee you that will not be the only bad shot I hit out here. So for as bad of a shot as that was, really one of the worst swings I've taken in a very long time. 192 is still the distance. We're still here, left center of the fairway, and I've got 136 into this hole. Again, with these being pressed lofts, what can oftentimes be tricky is stopping power. So I'm gonna hit a pitching wedge here, which should be plenty of distance, and we'll see if these things can stop and stick on the greens, or if we get too much rollout. That pin is in a tough spot, cut right over the trap, but we're gonna go right at it. Nice strike. Coming down just a little left of the flag stick. Honestly, that seemed to check pretty good. We're gonna check the pitch mark there. It seemed to kind of stop and then scoot off to the left there a little bit, but let's go find out. All right, so again, that was on a really good line. I'm honestly kind of surprised here that we came up short, because I hit that really well. In terms of stopping power, it hit here and, like I thought, kind of scooted off to the left and a little forward. So we'll continue to check stopping power as we go, but I would say fair. But where it's really gonna matter is gonna be those longer irons and mid irons. We'll continue to test here as we go. Right now, I've got a birdie putt uphill, breaking a little left to right. Let's see if we can roll this one in and start strong here. Been a while since I've had a birdie, so I'd love to roll it in. I think I had the line, I just had to hit it. So that's a par, we're heading to a par 3, our first chance at an ace. All right, 142. Now, knowing that these clubs maybe aren't as long as some of the other game improvement irons we've tested here this year, I'm gonna pull a little bit of a longer club. We're gonna go 9-iron. And again, we'll get an idea here of stopping power, hopefully if I hit the green. Again, cut right over a bunker. This one's heading just a little right of target. Now, in terms of feel of these ones, I would say fair. There have been some really good irons here in 2025. Strixon comes to mind, the ZX i4s, the Ping G440s. In fact, I've got a couple of these in my bag right now. I've been playing the 4 and 5 iron here, testing them out a little bit in the longer irons. Both of those sets of irons have a great feel to them, almost a forged feel. These ones are definitely a bit more cast feeling, more traditional feeling in terms of a little stiffness and maybe not quite as buttery soft. But so far the results have been decent, and that's really what matters, but I have to mention it. All right, so again, distance-wise, these ones don't blow my socks off, but in terms of giving ourselves chances, we're 2 for 2 in greens in regulation. Now this one basically hit and stuck, so stopping power-wise, I think my fears may be quelled here with these ones. Again, I do want to see like a mid-iron or a long iron, but at least with the pitching wedge and 9-iron, so far so good. This is a decent crack at birdie, moving right to left, a little downhill, just about 20 feet here. That time I gave it enough, maybe too much. A little bit longer than I wanted coming back here for par, but we convert. All right, first crack at a par 5 here. If I can really catch one, which we're gonna measure this again, then we may have a chance at going at this one in 2, otherwise we'll be laying up here into this island green. I've got the G80 here. If I catch one in the center, we should get a real good idea of how far this one flies. All right, going 4-iron again here. All right, that's middle of the club face. Well, we may be able to give this one a go because I did hit that a long way. I would say it's about all I had in me. 224 is the number there. So again, these press loft lies, you're gonna get the distance. We've got 194, and I think I just have to give it a run because these clubs are all about forgiveness, they're all about distance, and if we're gonna test clubs, we've gotta test them to the max. So we're gonna go 5-iron, and this is gonna give us a chance again to see stopping power, forgiveness, and all sorts of things. It may not be the wisest decision I ever made, but no guts, no glory. I caught it a touch thin, it's on a good line, but we came up short. All right, so that absolutely wasn't my best contact. I hit that thin, but you really can feel it with these clubs. When you hit a good one, it's decent, okay? It's not great in any way, but it's decent. You can feel when you don't hit the middle of the club, which is good for knowing your contact and hopefully improving your contact, becoming a better golfer, which is what you want to do with game improvement clubs. But you can really feel the stiffness in this one when you hit it off the center. So again, not particularly the feel that I love out of a game improvement irons, but these are going to be, again, more about forgiveness. We'll continue to test forgiveness, but we were a little less forgiving than I wanted to be there as well. And I'm dropping 4 here from the water's edge. Maybe you can make a miracle par. Nope. Hero shot, didn't pull it off. Now we're hitting 6. And all of a sudden our over-under is in doubt. I'm still going for the hero shot though. Nope. I'm having a tin cup moment out here because I just flew that one over the green. But we're gonna pull this shot off one way or the other. There it is. 3rd time's a charm. Gotta love it. All right, so this is gonna be a big number. I kind of lost track of where we're at, but either way, I never let that affect the actual outcome of the review in terms of the score that we're gonna give it. We do have 3 more holes to play here to hopefully make up a few strokes, and then we get to rate these clubs. This could be a first ever 9 on Let's Play Through. And it's not that, it's a 10. This is one of those moments in golf where you just gotta shake it off, forget that hole. We've got 3 more to play here, and we've got more testing to do. All right, so on this short par 4, we've got a dogleg left, but we got a lot of water along the left-hand side. What I'm gonna try to do is actually test workability of these clubs. Generally with game improvement irons, these are really straight flyers, and that's what it looks like out here, but I wanna test and see if I can put a little bit of a fade and work this ball left to right a little bit. If I don't, I might hit a worker that's out there in the lake, so wish me luck. So a little baby cut to that one, but generally a very, very straight ball flight out of these Cobras. Again, at this level of golfer these are targeted to, that's really what you want. But we test it, and I would say workability is definitely a little bit lacking in these ones. So good result though, we're middle of the fairway. 133 is the number, pitching wedge is the club. Now I've got a lot of comments on the merch. We have rolled out the new Mere Mortal merch. The website is up, and it's a limited edition pre-order. So you've got till the end of the month here if you want to get one of our hat, shirt, towel combos. Every penny goes into the production of this show, to these unbiased reviews. So if you enjoy content from people that aren't sponsored and you want to see more of it, help support the show. That's one way you can do it. Let's see if we can knock this one tight. We need to get a stroke back, at least one, after that last disaster. Decent strike. I think we're gonna have one of those long-range birdie putts, or maybe just missed the green there. Again, distance-wise from these ones, I'm not like blown away by them. So we just laid some new turf here, and I've got this lip of the new apron, so I thought I could putt it, but I'm actually gonna have to chip this one and test the short game a little bit. Get cozy, get cozy. All right. Let's get out of here and get to the next one. Last par 5 didn't go so well, but we've got another chance to get it back. Tiger Woods says that if you're gonna play good golf, one of the huge rules is to never take a double bogey on a par 5, and we took a, whatever that is, it's more than a quad. So this is our chance to hopefully right that wrong. Again, I'm gonna set up for the fade here, see what happens. Toe side on that shot, it is, again, fading slightly. We're gonna find the right rough, but there's gonna be a big distance penalty on off-center contact, and I continue to see that here today. We saw it with the 5-iron on the blow-up hole, but it's happened at other times here through the round. If you just don't catch this one in the center, you lose a little bit too much distance. And so in terms of forgiveness, again, we're gonna be ranking everything here at the end, but my early indications are these are not quite as forgiving as some of the other game improvement irons we've tested this year. So another thing about game improvement irons, and these ones in particular, are they generally have a wider sole. Now that makes it a little harder to cut through the rough. It could actually turn your club or maybe not slide through as good as it should. And we again saw that in the last shot out of the rough, but we're gonna test it here again. I've got 266. Really, I just wanna lay up into a distance where I can put that pitching wedge in my hand. So about a 150 shot should be perfect. And I'm trying to test all the clubs in this set if I can. So we're gonna go 8-iron here and see if we can make some good contact and just get ourselves into good position. Yeah, I got stuck in there again. Again, maybe just another weakness here showing through with these particular irons. Certainly wasn't my best stroke, but not the most forgiving result either. It only takes one good shot to make up for all the bad ones on a par 5 especially. We've got 176. I'm gonna challenge it here with a 7-iron. Again, we've got a lie here in the rough that is not horrible, but it will test the turf interaction of these ones. Hopefully I'll make a little bit better contact and that club won't turn this time in my hands. I'd love to have a birdie opportunity and get that stroke back. And that one I just hung out to the right. Dead right. Probably another water ball. Again, I feel like that club kind of just didn't quite cut through the turf. It just left the face open. So I do think these ones are going to be a little bit more of a struggle out of the rough as well. Either way, we're hitting 5 here. And that was decent. You can have a chance at a bogey. Slowly but surely, the short game is coming back. So we've got an opportunity at least to save a bogey. Ah, not to be, that's another double. All right, last hole here, 141. We're gonna go pitching wedge because the wind's behind us. And after I hit this shot, we're gonna rank these irons. I promise the score I put on my scorecard are not gonna affect the score we put on these irons here today. Hopefully we finish strong. It's drawn in there. Get tight, it's short. All right, so the first category that I like to rank clubs on is distance. And on our scale of 1 to 5 here, I'm gonna give these a 4. I think when solidly struck, you'll get good distance out of these ones, but maybe not the longest in this category, that's for sure. Now, when it comes to forgiveness, this is where generally game improvement irons are gonna be in the 4 and 5s for me. But these ones, I really do feel like you're getting penalized on off-center contact. And so for me, I'm gonna give these a 3 out of 5 for forgiveness. When it comes to workability, the ability to shot shape, to be able to control your trajectory, again, that's not why you go into buying a game improvement improvement club, but on the scale of game improvement clubs, I'm gonna give these a 3 out of 5 as well. When it comes to aesthetics, looks, feel, and sound, looks-wise, maybe not my favorite, that's very subjective, but feel-wise, certainly, again, a little stiffer feeling, especially on those off-center hits. And then in terms of sound, I think it's decent as well. All in all, it's a little bit lower on the scale for me. I'm gonna give these a 2.5 out of 5 stars. When it comes to value, at $999 for a 4-through pitching wedge set, again, I'm gonna give these 3 out of 5. The problem with Cobra clubs sometimes is they're not gonna hold their value, so if you plan on holding on to these for a while, then no problem with that price point. But if you're a person that changes your clubs often, which I know a lot of people that watch this show do, I think there's probably some value plays out there. All in all, I think if you're shopping in the game improvement category, there's some stronger contenders this year in 2025. I really love what Cobra is doing, pushing the envelope. They've got the 3D printed irons, they've got the forged tech line, which I think are exceptional, but these ones to me, I think fall a little bit short. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this one. Hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the reviews that I'm putting out here this spring and summer, and I'll catch you on another edition of Let's Play Through.